Alright, so in this video we're going to solve the quadratic equation in a different way. So again, the equation we're trying to solve is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Instead of dividing through by a, like we do in the usual method, here we're going to divide through by x squared. So we'll get a plus b 1 over x plus c 1 over x squared equals 0. Now we're going to subtract a from both sides, which gives us c 1 over x squared plus b 1 over x equals negative a. And finally we're going to divide through by c. So we get 1 over x squared plus b over c 1 over x equals negative a over c. Right? So we're assuming that c is not equal to 0. So this is a limitation of the solution that we're going to come up with, or that we're going to arrive at. So that's important. Now we're going to complete the square on this side. It may help to know that 1 over x squared, of course, is 1 over x squared. So we're basically going to multiply by 2 and divide by 2 here. Right, so we see that this squared is what we have to add to both sides. So this guy squared will be added to both sides. 1 over x squared plus 2 b over 2c times 1 over x plus b squared over 4c squared equals b squared over 4c squared. We can actually add it immediately to this by finding the common denominator. It'll look like that. And now we just collapse this into 1 over x plus b over 2c squared is equal to b squared minus 4ac over 4c squared. Right? So now we're going to take the square root of both sides, which gives us 1 over x plus b over 2c equals plus and minus b squared minus 4ac over 2c. I'm going to subtract this term from both sides, which gives us 1 over x equals negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2c. And next we just divide, flip both sides. So x is equal to 2c divided by negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Alright, so this is our final solution. You'll notice that it's very similar to the solution we found before using the traditional method of b squared of negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So basically the equation is flipped and we've replaced a by c. So just a reminder that c cannot be equal to 0 with this method, with this solution. And that is, it doesn't necessarily give you a wrong answer, right? Because if c is 0, then x is 0. And certainly in our original equation, if c is 0, then x equals 0 is a solution. It actually is the 0 of the equation. But you won't find any other solution, so you're stuck. So anyways, why would somebody want to use the second form? Well, in certain computations, it's a little bit more computationally stable. So if you're using a computer to try to solve these equations, sometimes it's useful to reach for this one rather than this one. But it's up to you. I would personally stick with this one 90% of the time. I've only reached for this one for novelty's sake. Right, thanks for watching. Subscribe.